hype it up, buddy.
Don't get us all excited.
He didn't say, hey, bring us some brownies.
Yeah. We got some Shaquille O'Neal. This smart car.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen this little thing? You get hit and you're probably dead. He's driving that now. There's pictures on the internet.
I mean, with 18s on there, and it was hilarious.
Shaq driving a smart car.
And not only was the roof cut off, but, I mean, his seat was in the back seat, and his smile in that picture was hilarious. You know what? That's typical Shaq, though. I mean, I've told you the story of a friend of mine went to interview him at his house, and he's ringing the doorbell, no one's there, knocking on the door, nothing. And about 3 minutes later, Shaq rolls up the street in a go-kart with like 4 kids in the go-kart, saying, oh, hey, sorry I'm late. I took the kids around for a second. The guy's a big kid who made a lot of money and is just enjoying his life. And now with the smart car, you know is just having some fun.
Did the economy get into him or what? I mean, is gas prices...
hey, that's why he's taking all that money from him. Yeah, the divorce is really taking his money.
Good point. As Andre Ether looks like a little leaguer. A smart car, Shaquille O'Neal. Never would have thought it, though, honestly.
Well,
you could lay down, and he's bigger than that smart car. Probably pick that thing up.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Lego.
Oh, yeah. The funny thing is, years back when he was in L.A., just when he got traded, a friend of mine saw him in a little Porsche driving on Santa Monica, and that was a big news. Shaq fitting in a Porsche, you know, he's a big dude in a tiny Porsche. Turns out it was a custom-made Porsche, obviously.
Yeah.
And now in a smart car, really? Wow, good for Shaq. That
and
gives us all hope.
Typical Dodger offense.
And
they get a leadoff.
Don't play here.
They get a leadoff single, or a leadoff walk, I should say, and they do nothing with it. So far, 2 out, man on first. Matt Kemp ground to a fielder's choice. Andre Ethier struck out. Typical Andre Ethier. Listen, by the way, tying run on deck. If Martin gets on here, which is hitting the 3-hole, he hasn't looked very good, but Manny is on deck, so anything can happen here. Andre Ethier, scrap it. Done. You're done with the whole Andre Ethier thing. This guy can't do much. I'm not going to call him a bust, but he's not the answer for the Dodgers right now. Juan Pierre is the guy. You go with him, you play him. I don't care what anybody has to say about Juan Pierre, okay? The dude stole 66 bases last year.
Yep.
He's got 38 this year in a year where he's been injured. So, enough is enough with this Andre Ethier thing, man. Just get over it. Finish with it. LeBron James says that if he was offered $50 million to play in Greece, that he would take it. Now, remember, that would be a net contract, so he'd take everything would be all profit. He'd walk away. Yeah, he'd walk away with $50 million. Now, that's an offer that Greece will not offer him. It's LeBron James. You can't make that much money in LeBron James, even in Greece. It's not going to happen.
Let's be honest. The Greeks, they do have the money. There's some rich people out there. But here's the thing. You go out there, you get $50 million, you're going to lose out on all your sponsorships out here. You stay in the States, maybe you make what? What does he make about? $18 million a year, $20 million?
He's not doing that yet. When he signs his big deal, he's going to make about 20, yeah.
He's going to lose all his endorsements. Because who does he want to get endorsed by in Europe?
Yeah, but
Vodafone or something? I mean,
well, he actually
he'll get endorsed in Europe.
But he actually grossed as Martin ends the inning on a ground ball to third base. Thank you, Russ. Very nice job there. Dodgers lose yet again in St. Louis. They're now 2-18 in their last 20 games. Thank you, Dodgers. We really appreciate that. $50 million. How do you walk away from $50 million, though?
Well,
that's
you're going to have
tough.
to move to a country you've never been to.
Yeah.
Live in a country like Greece where he doesn't know the language. Does he move his whole family? He's got 2 kids. All the money in the world. Is it worth the hassle of moving to a different country? I don't know. It's $50 million.
For 6 months?
What 6 months? Well, season 6 months long.
6 months?
Yeah, but that's only him on the court. I don't know.
But it's LeBron James. It's not like you're moving to Iraq, though.
And it's not like he's going to really have to practice in the off-season over there.
Have you been
to Greece?
No.
Oh, obviously. Yeah, I've been there. I've seen
it. Is it that bad? For $50 million?
No, I'm not saying it's like third world country, but it's not Cleveland. And believe me, Cleveland is not freaking, Hollywood or anything. But it's going to be a big difference for him out there.
I don't see it happening. I think he'd be like a king out there. Everybody would wait on him. Being a LeBron James in Greece. Ask Petros. What does he have to say about that? Has he talked about that at all?
He has, and he mentioned that. I don't think he'll go, but like you said, he would be a god among men there.
Yeah.
I mean, despite the fact of a skin color. But the Greeks would just go crazy over it. They'd fondle him all over the streets.
Talking about Europe, there's now 7 players that are headed that way. Not big-name players. The biggest name was, of course, Josh Childress. Carlos Arroyo now and Earl Boykins both signed up.
$5 million deal for Earl Boykins. You think he gets that kind of money in the NBA?
No, and
I do not.
It's second-tier type guys, but still, I think the NBA has to kind of take in charge of what's going on here, because it could turn into something serious. It really can. A guy like Sasha goes could really hurt the Lakers. I mean, he had a 4-year, $24 million deal in place in Greece. He's going to take the red out to get out there, and Lakers didn't let him go. But it could be a very serious thing. I think the NBA's got to look at that. In 2012 is the bargaining agreement that comes up. So I think something in there'll be a little loophole that'll kind of do something there. Kristich, Garbajosa, Delfino, Juan Carlos Navarro, Primo Brizic, and Nakbar is out there now.
All the newer generation that this one-and-done rule that Mr. Stern put in is going to kill the NBA. Why? Because they're going to go to Europe for 1 year and then come in, get in the draft, and get the same amount of money and make more in Europe. So that's the bad part, is get rid of this stupid one-and-done rule, and, hey, keep the pride and the purebred American players here in the States and breed them from the ground up, instead of making them go to Europe and then come back, where now they have all this money, and whenever they want, they know they can go back and make some good money out there. Stern has got to get rid of this one-and-done rule. It's pointless. Look at UCLA and what happened with Kevin Love. I mean, we blinked and he's gone. I mean, by the time you get to know the guy, by the time anything happens, the guy's gone. And what does Ben Howland have to do? Not that I'm a big Ben Howland fan. He's got to restructure his whole offense, his whole defense. I hate this one-and-done rule.
Well, it could have been worse with the NBA, because they actually now have to go to the college. You know, they don't have to now go straight to high school to the NBA. So it could have been worse. And by the way, we like to thank a few people in here. Our Dodger crew is all over the place, and we want to thank them for all coming in. Chuck, of course. Chocolate Malt, Blue Atlanta, Big Blue Wrecking, The Deal, of course, is in here. Eads to Elwood, EW, Mucha Pasa, your boy, intern. He's in here. And, of course, Psycho Trish, who just walked in. Thank you all for coming along. We appreciate it very, very much. And it's time for your big time, my friend, because you know what that means. That means that it's entertainment time.
Oh, you know,
the Hollywood Buzz.